The news that President Trump's former national security advisor Michael Flynn has just pleaded guilty to a charge of lying to the FBI about conversations he had with the Russian ambassador to the United States last December after Trump was elected. Elected President Flynn's plea entered in U.S. District Court in Washington just moments ago is the latest and strongest indication that he may now be cooperating with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into the Trump campaign and its dealings with Russia. Flynn, who resigned as national security advisor in February after serving just 24 days, is now the fourth Trump official to be charged in the Mueller investigation. NBC News Justice Department correspondent Pete Williams is following all this and has the latest from our bureau here in Washington. Pete, what do you know?
Well, the FBI says that he lied to the agents twice in a meeting they had 4 days after the president was elected, January 24th, about his conversations with the Russian ambassador. They say he talked to the ambassador once on December 22nd, urging the Russians to either abstain or delay a vote in the UN regarding Israel. And then a week later, according to prosecutors, Flynn denied that he met with the Russian or talked to the Russian ambassador again about trying to get Russia to moderate its response to the UN Security Council, or rather to the Obama administration's decision to impose sanctions that were announced just that very day against Russia because of meddling in the election. So by denying the conversations, the FBI says he broke the law. Now, it's a single count. It's a felony as a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison, but it's doubtful, Lester, that he'd get any prison time for two reasons. It's a plea deal. It means both sides get something. He gets what's in essence the least serious charge that the government could have been brought here. But the government in return, Mueller's prosecutors, get his cooperation. So this is a sign that he's already been cooperating with them, and he has to continue to do so, because if he doesn't, they could ask for a harsh sentence or they could file additional charges. I think you have to ask one other question here, Lester, and that is, why would he lie to the FBI about conduct that is arguably, probably either not illegal or potentially violated a law, the Logan Act, that's never really been prosecuted in modern times, for talking to the Russians before the president was inaugurated? The question here is, why wouldn't he tell the truth about these conversations? Was he trying to cover up for someone else? Did someone else tell him to talk to the Russians? Did the president, for example, tell him to do this? So that's one question, undoubtedly, that Mueller's prosecutors will be getting to with him. And he won't be sentenced now for months. So that gives the government additional leverage over him to get his continued cooperation, Lester.
And Pete, walk us through this. You've covered these sorts of things before. How do these deals go down? Does the person say, I've got X, Y, and Z, or I've got something good? If you give me a lesser charge, I'll tell you what it is.
Well, the government would go to him first. The prosecutors would go to him first and say, look, you've got exposure here. We believe that you lied to us. We're prepared to charge you with a lot of other things unless you can agree to talk to us. So it's a dance between initially his lawyers and the prosecutors, and then at some point he makes what's in essence a proffer. Okay, if we get this deal, here's what I'm prepared to tell you. And they would try, in other words, they wouldn't give him the deal without knowing what they're going to get in return.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.